Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? Y'all say hello as you come into the room, as you grab your brothers, sisters, your mamas, your daddies, everybody. Come on into the room. I am here with the wonderful, amazing Melanie Hopkins. And hopefully, this is an opportunity for you to get to know her a little bit more as well. So, again, come on into the room. I'm going to pull up Facebook here so I can see who's coming in and greeting us. But yes, here we got a few folks coming in. Y'all say hello to Melanie.
Hey,
She can't see you,
Shalane.
but she gonna be able to see it later. Drop her some hearts, drop her some love. Come on into the room, y'all. It's been a great week. It's been a long week. I don't know about y'all, but it feels like a long week for me. But we're doing what God has for us in this amazing prayer challenge, and I'm so happy that this evening we're going to talk about purpose and anxiety. I don't know about y'all, but I am excited for whatever comes from this prayer session because I'm a person who deals with anxiety. I don't know about y'all, but I am anxious all the time. I'm a worry ward. Hello, Latasha. Hello, Jessica, Jackie. Y'all come on in. I'm a worry wart. I'm a control freak. I am anxious about everything. I'm trying to control everything because I always just want to make sure things work out for the best. So I am happy to have this amazing woman come and talk to us about purpose and anxiety tonight. So again, make sure you grab your friend, make sure you grab your sister or your brother to come on into the room as we talk about purpose and anxiety. And just as a reminder, tomorrow we're going to have Pastor Rhonda Anderson talk to us about having grit during difficult times. So again, tonight is purpose. I know, right? Y'all the line. And tonight we're going to talk about purpose, and then tomorrow we're going to talk about having grip during difficult times. So y'all want to tune in, continue to tune in. We have Portia Jackson, who's going to come and bless us on Saturday, and then I'll be before you on Sunday. So
Yay.
make sure you guys tune in. I know, right? So I see a few more people joining. I know y'all see this amazing woman sitting here. I'm going to read her bio now, but make sure that you all again tag your friends, tag your folks into the room. So I want to just explain that Melanie is this amazing, humble woman of God who's an entrepreneur, you all, and she is actually a photographer and a makeup artist. You can find her by following Hopkins Creative Co. or even following her, Melanie Hopkins. I believe on Instagram is Hopkins Creative Co. as well, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And so I also want to share that her and her husband just started a church also led by her husband, Ebar Hopkins,
Yes.
here in Roanoke. It's Limitless Church. Where are y'all located?
5214 Airport Road.
Love it.
That's where we are.
Yeah, I'm so excited. And so Melanie is a wife, a mom of 6. She's an educator. And again, she's a photographer and makeup artist. And her passion is to serve Christ in the service of others. And when I tell you that she's able to just really bring to light a purpose and a passion in people that she works with, she does. I've worked with her. She's amazing. So if you're looking, I'm going to plug her because this is what all these women, I want them to plug themselves. If you're looking for a makeup artist, if you're looking for a photographer to help bring your vision to life and to receive some consulting on how to bring your vision to life, she is amazing. Okay. So I am going to now turn it over to her. But again, make sure y'all follow her, Hopkins Creative Co. and again, Limitless Church and on Airport Road. But yeah, we're going to talk about purpose and anxiety.
Hold on.
My computer broke up. Purpose and anxiety. So I'm going to turn it over to Mrs. Hopkins. You
Okay.
okay? Okay, boom.
I wanted to
Sorry,
make
y'all, my
sure that it
computer's
didn't
acting
lose
up.
connection. Right.
So I'm gonna turn it over to her now, y'all.
All right. Hey, everyone. Thank you. First of all, let me say thank you for tuning in and listening to what I have to say. I'm asking God to speak for me because, as I've shared before, I'm not what you would say a eloquent public speaker. I like to stay behind the scenes, and I like to push other people in front. So when I'm in front, it gets a little weird. So um, but first, before I say, go into the topic, I want to really give a huge shout out to Natasha. Like, she's doing such an awesome job This is her brainchild, her baby. And like she said, it's an organic way to unite the community, especially right now. Right now, it's a time of, uncertainty. So any way that we can connect and, join together and learn more about the Lord, I'm all for it. And I know that it's a big task. So I just want to thank you for what you're doing and the platform that you are creating for everyone. But I am going to jump right on into the topic. The topic that I'm not going to say that I was given it. She gave me a list, and that was in the middle of that list, and it just jumped out at me. And as I go on tonight, you'll understand why exactly that was just made for me. This topic is especially for me. And that topic is purpose and anxiety. Now, normally you don't see those two words together, because when you think, just for me, when I think of somebody in their purpose, I feel that they are strong and resilient and not having any fear or being uncertain about anything. I just associate purpose with strength. Okay. But in order to kind of delve into that, I want to go into the definitions of these words. So, purpose means, what it is the reason for which something is created or for which something exists. Now, that definition by itself, that's a whole word right there, but we're going to keep going. Anxiety. Anxiety is a feeling of worry, nervousness, or unease, kind of like what I'm feeling right now, about an imminent event or something with an uncertain outcome. So, purpose is the reason for which something is created, and anxiety is the feeling of worry, nervousness, or unease. So, let's park right there. So, anxiety is essentially fear. We pretty much every word in the definition is just a synonym for fear. Um, Fear of the unknown, fear of what's going to happen next. And even if you do know what's going to happen next, just that sinking feeling in the middle of your stomach that makes you not comfortable. It just makes you, sometimes anxiety can make you nauseous. But in Philippians 4:6, the Bible says, be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication. With thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. So essentially, you are to be afraid for nothing. Now, practically, you want to feel like, you know what, I know, and you can know that God has all the answers. He knows what's going to happen. But sometimes that doesn't always resonate in us. It can feel like the world is closing in on us and we don't know what we're going to do when that happens. Um, but we were all created for a reason, a specific purpose, and we all have a special calling on our life. Excuse me. Now, in that, knowing that even though we have a purpose, and sometimes we may know what it is, and sometimes we may not know what it is. It took me a long time to really know what my purpose was. And even then, I still struggled in, God, you sure? You sure? Me? I don't know if this is for me. And each time, yes, child, this is what I have for you to do. Now, just because you're walking in that, because you are fulfilling the assignment that God has given you, still, it doesn't mean that you are worry free. It doesn't mean that you're free from the anxiety the weight that comes with that assignment. Um, it doesn't mean that we won't be scared. Sometimes people say do it scared. I don't know. I feel like, you know, being a little bit afraid is a good thing. It kind of keeps everything you on your toes, so to speak. So let me kind of break down why this topic was so special to me. Um, Anxiety is something that I've struggled with personally for well over 10 years. Um, it is, I was diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder. I would have debilitating panic attacks. Y'all, I felt like I was going to die. Um, it would kind of hit out of nowhere. My arm would go numb. My heart would race. Um, it would feel like I wanted to throw up and pass out at the same time. I couldn't catch my breath. And these started happening more and more and more to the point where I couldn't function normally. See, sometimes things that affect your mental um, can still, if they're not treated, if you don't take care of it, it'll start to affect you physically. And that is what was happening to me. I Like I said, I couldn't function normally. I was a young mother. Here I am with babies and feeling like I didn't want to get out of bed. Or when I did get out of bed, I would sometimes sit in the floor of my kitchen and just could not move. I would just sit there and the kids would be like, Mommy, Mommy, I want this. And Mommy, and I could not function. I was shaking. Whew, but God. So in that time, I sought out help. I sought treatment. I actually was in an institution for a little while, for about a week, to try to figure out, am I losing my mind? And I'll be the first to admit that my faith wasn't as strong as it is today. It was a thing of, I feel sick and I need a doctor to treat it. And, then that's just me being transparent. Excuse me. So I was prescribed antidepressants. I was prescribed anti-anxiety pills. But I want you to catch this right here. The pills did not cure my anxiety. Calm the fear. It would calm my nervous system. It would almost sedate my nervous system enough for me to function, so that I could do life normally or normally. So the same thing kind of goes for our own journey. We could feel so anxious, so wound up and bound into, I don't know what's going to happen. Um, Even when we're doing and we're walking in what God gave us, even when you're doing what he told you to do, he still says, be anxious for nothing. But what he acts is his voice acts as the anxiety pills that I was prescribed. And I don't want you to miss the irony in that. And I by no means mean that you are saying that you shouldn't seek professional help at all. But I also want you to lean more into God's voice and your faith in that he knows what's to come. He knows he already has it all planned out. So your worrying won't change the outcome of that. Um, so let's jump into purpose a little bit, because even though they don't sound synonymous, they are on that same plane. And so one thing about purpose that God has given you, you cannot walk in it all you want. You can run from it. You can hide in the background like I like to do so much. You can like I said, you can run away, you can run as long as you want, and that's fine. But I can promise you this, things will start to feel like it's falling apart. Things won't work. Um, it feels like everything is just going wrong until you align yourself with his will for your life. When you do that now, I want you to be forewarned that even when you do walk in your assignment, even when you carry that out, that doesn't mean that attacks won't come. It doesn't mean that you won't be scared. It doesn't mean that everything will feel like it's going wrong, but you'll have the peace that God will give you to know that you are doing what he said. Um, excuse me. So what, like I said, I wasn't going to be before you long, but what I really want to get through to you today is that I want to encourage you to place your anxiety, your fears, all that you are worried about, place it on the Lord, because I promise you, he's strong enough to hold it. Sometimes I know for myself, I think that what I'm feeling and what's on my brain is just God. I don't want to tell God that, he already knows it, right? But sometimes it is not just for God to know, it's for you to get that weight off you and for you to tell God exactly. You trust God enough that he can handle your weakest moments. He can handle that thing you only cry about in the shower, that weight that sits on your shoulders, but you you show up anyway, right? So trust God to walk with you, not just don't think that he just puts you on a path and say, hey child, go do this and I'm gonna stay way back here and you just gonna figure it out. Not that is not that's not his makeup. That is not what he wants you. He doesn't want you to walk down that road by yourself. You will always have him to lean on sometimes and just rest in that. And again, sometimes it can feel like whatever it is that you're up against, it's just impossible. Whew, impossible. That's a big word for me, because there's so many things that I feel like I'm up against, or I'm looking at it. I'm like, God, there's no way I can. That's a giant, and there's no way I can get around it or go over it or go through it. And God is just that quiet voice saying, that's not. I don't want you to do that. I got it. God got it. So remember that as you are essentially standing in front of a mountain that you feel that you can't get over, it's not for you. God will pick you up and sometimes throw you over that mountain. So he's going to grant you that peace as well as you're in the midst of whatever it is that you're anxious about. Ask God to ask him to give you that peace that will allow you to continue to function, even though you're in the middle of a tsunami. God will give you peace that will make it seem like you're just walking in the rain. All right. So I'm going to get into a prayer. And again, thank you guys for tuning in with me. Dear Lord, I thank you for this time with your people today. It has been a time of encouragement. I hope that this was a message of hope that will hold us up in times of uncertainty, in times of anxiety, in times of fear of the unknown. I ask that you touch each person under the sound of my voice. Lord, grant them that supernatural strength to keep walking in their purpose. Grant them peace to know that even in the storm, you are right there with them. In your precious name, I pray. Amen. Amen. I hope I did all right. Natasha, I'm gonna throw it back on you.
You did great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Breaking up a little.
For being here with us today. Thank you all for being here with us as we talk about purpose and change. I'm sorry that you're saying something. I think my computer was delayed.
No, I couldn't hear you. I was just telling you.
I thank you all for being here, and I know. Okay, I hope you can hear me now.
Yes.
But I'm so glad we were here to talk about anxiety and fear, and that that Melanie was here to talk to us about how we need to trust God to handle our weakest moments. Trust God that He's walking with us. I was taking notes. I don't know if y'all were, but that trust Him enough to know He's walking with us in our weakest moments, you all. That He won't just send you up the road to do it alone. That He's with us, you all. And then also, I love that she just here at the end, but that God will give us a peace so much that it will make us feel like a storm is just a rain. And I really appreciate you being transparent about your experiences with anxiety, because a lot of us deal with it in secret. A lot of us deal with it when no one is watching. And it's like it's become this thing where we're not supposed to talk about, but all of us are dealing with it, or a lot of us are dealing with it. So I appreciate you sharing that. And you all, no matter what it is, no matter how big or small, we have to give it to God. We cannot overly worry ourselves. That was the first nugget I took down from Melanie was, it don't matter how much we worry, it's not going to change the outcome.
Not at
God
all.
already knows what it is. He already
Mhm.
knows what the situation is going to be. So I just really thank you for just encouraging us and sharing your story with us. You all, again, Limitless Church, check it out, support it. Also, Melanie Hopkins Creative Co.
Yeah.
Please make sure you follow her if you're looking for a session just to get you inspired, motivated, or to step outside your box to follow your purpose. She's a wonderful coach and a wonderful entrepreneur to seek out for this. So tomorrow, remember, we're going to have how to hold on to grip during challenging times with Pastor Anderson. And then on Saturday, we're going to have Portia Jackson come to talk about what's on the other side of fear. So I hope that you all have a great evening. Thank y'all for coming and tuning in with us. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye-bye.